Welcome everybody who's watching this. We are here with David Rodríguez from the band The Casualties.
Yo!
How are you today?
Good, my brother. Good. How are you?
I'm fine. So
My
you are
Chilean brother. We share almost the same flag. I'm from Texas. They look
from
very
Texas.
similar.
Yeah. So you're promoting your new album, Detonate, that is going to be released on the 27th of March. So I had a chance to hear the album, and I must say that it's really explosive and really aggressive. So I like it really much.
Yes, man. Thank you for taking the time to listen to it. And yeah, we're more than excited. To say I'm excited is not the right word.
Yeah, that's great. So I wanted to ask you how it feels to release a new album after a long period of time, because your last album was 2018.
Yes, it's again, man. I'm so when I say this, I speak for the whole band. We're so excited and we feel so good, and I think the record speaks for itself. It's been a long time, and the whole world, we stopped for 3 years because of COVID. Yeah. And it takes some time to get the ball rolling again. And I used to be kind of angry that we didn't have a new record out. I used to think about it. Well, fuck, we need a new record. But things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. And I feel great. I feel really great about it.
What were the band's inspirations behind the new record? What were you like the songwriting, and what did you inspire to release this album?
What I was really inspired by lyrically is closing my mouth and watching the world. I spent a lot of time in Brazil, and I saw that the way the government was in Brazil, and the government was very similar in the United States. And so the lyrics almost write themselves. I was inspired by thinking, why did I get into punk rock? Because I believe in unity, and I believe in peace. I believe that we should be together, and that is what gives you the anger in punk rock, because we're pissed off that the governments are pushing us down and taking advantage of us. So that was my inspiration, and I think the inspiration, kind of for us also was, we had time to really listen to a lot of music, and I think you can hear it. The record, it's wild, man. It has a lot of different styles.
Yeah. So I want to ask you now about your experience, because you are not new to the band, but you're one of the newest members. So
yes,
how was to get into the Casualties and all the process between the last album you recorded and the new album? So if you can tell us about how that experience has been.
So I've known the Casualties for like 27 years, and I played in an old band called Crumbums, and about 2004 they took us on tour. And so I always studied the way that they work, and they play hard, and they never stop. And I became very good friends with Jake and Meggers, and we became like family way before I joined the band. And when I joined, we wrote the first record maybe 8 months after I joined the band. So I kind of was like a new guy, just writing, trying to get the new record out, and I love that record, but I think that I wrote it very, very fast. I wanted to prove that I could write, and so I'm proud of the lyrics. But this record, I think it really showed how Meggers, Jake, and myself worked together, you know, and we had a lot of, I've said it before, we had a lot of fights, we had a lot of laughs, you know, and that's what makes a good record. You know, we all were coming from different places, and we had so much fun. It wasn't easy, and that's what I like about it, you know.
Yeah. Another question I wanted to ask you is how does it feel and to be in a punk rock band in this modern era? You know, because we always remember the old punk bands, you know. But how is like in the modern era to be in a punk band?
I think it's more important than ever, because the feeling of punk is forever, you know. Yeah. We may look different, you know, as we get older, but I think to be punk right now is so important, because, like I said, punk is about unity. Punk is about, you know, the end result is peace, that we all get along together. And as we see this world is going crazier and crazier with war, I'm more proud to be punk rocker, and I think it's the most important thing right now.
Yeah, other question that I was going to ask, but you already touched that topic, is that the world right now is really crazy. We are living in a really crazy. So, do you think that you feel that this everything like is more inspiring for your kind of music? I mean, for all these extreme music to inspire by all the things that is happening right now.
Yes, 100%. And I think that, you know, that's why we called the record Detonate. That's how we feel. And, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. And right now is this time to let it out. Come to a show, have fun with people, share your opinions and talk and get a different point of view. And yeah, I think this kind of hardcore music is very important right now.
Exactly. That's how I feel also. And what do you think about South American audiences? Have you think you will be coming here soon to?
Yes. So we're on tour for like 5 months, and we're doing North America, April and May. June, July, and August will be in Europe. And I think over this next couple of months, we'll be starting to figure out the next Latin American tour. So I think that's going to be happening, you know, within the next year. And South American crowds are wild.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of fun.
Yeah, we always hear that from a lot of bands, because you know, here people enjoy the music in a different way, because we're having this wave of bands coming from the international not so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think people is really crazy to see their favorite bands, and bands maybe they haven't seen never. You know?
And see, and that's something I can understand, where it's like you go to certain places and they're band, like let's say, you know, Los Angeles, there's 100 bands playing every single night, and you go somewhere else where there's not that many bands playing, and you get to really connect with people.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I feel that happens here. So, yeah, that was all the questions we have for you today. So I'm very grateful for this interview, and we are excited to see how this record is going to impact in the music industry, you know, because we enjoy your music. We enjoy, I personally follow the Casualties since I was a kid. So I'm excited for this.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.